if I let's say I go and write something like
Sarkodie is
Sarkodie,
trash. Hey! Accra be hard, so stress for the yard, but we still go day streets before find some meats.
Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the girls, all the boys, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, Accra, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Just a stay by plan with Afi and Zuu. All the G's for Accra, shall we did for you? If you also want to react, then that be cool. Hashtag stay by plan, shall we did for you? All right, guys, welcome back once again to the best podcast
Ish.
in Ghana.
You did believe yourself, why,
you
you
have
know?
to say it, Charlie. I don't like to talk too much, but people have been telling me, so I'm telling you what people are telling me. But yeah, today we have a very, very special episode. As you know, we usually release every other week, but this week it's a different week.
Yes. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And
I was even comes to do like special introduction, but I just realized his name will be in the in the episode title. So I don't know what I'm wasting time for. We have the landlord,
the one and only Sarkodie.
Yes.
The funny thing is, before we even allow the aura to pass through the mic, I just want to say, like this morning I called Zuu, I said, Zuu, Sarkodie, will you really come?
I said, oh, don't worry, you come.
Zuu said, don't worry. I said, anyway, if he doesn't come, I'll not be mad. Because like, and everybody knows I live under a rock, right? So I went on Wikipedia that, you know what, let me just do some small background check so that I'll be ready. And I have to say that, Charlie, like you're a legend. Like you're a proper legend.
Thank
you have a track record of proper hard work and like on the grind for like 10 plus years. Like, and I really respect that, Charlie. So we have Michael Owusu. I saw that on Wikipedia too.
I love that. Love that. Thank you guys for having me. And in return, definitely, I love your platform. I watched an episode and I was sold. And I think it's worth being on. And it's a pleasure being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Charlie.
It's amazing to hear. So yeah, before we get into the nitty gritty, I've been seeing some guys on social media. Some guy, he looks like Kwame Eugene. And his friends, one looks like Kiddy. One looks like Kim Promise. And there's one that looks like Kim. What's good? Have you seen them?
Yes, I think I've seen them.
How, like when you see first time you saw them.
There was the other ones who look like the rest that you're talking about. To me, I felt like they look like them. The one way people think they look like me now.
You feel like nice.
No, he's far from it. But there's a couple of them that has that look. I think when you have the haircut and you have the beard.
Yeah, you can pass.
You add the glasses in it.
Exactly. Dark skin, that's it.
Yeah, but that's all love.
Yeah.
And big shouts to all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know about the others, but the Kwame Eugene guy, he's been performing and collecting money.
Yes, I think he wants to. I think he's also been performing.
Yeah. They go to funerals and he perform. Yeah, I saw that.
His is serious.
Charlie.
Yeah.
They have to Accra, Charlie. You have to look
show
sharp.
love, but don't be making money off their brand, guys. Don't do that.
Charlie with the economy.
Charlie.
For utilize them.
Anyway, anyhow, they have to use their talent.
Yes.
I also have another question to ask before we get in. The Ad-Libs. So my sister is a fan, and my sister can randomly be in the house and she'll be like, "What now?" Huh? And I'm just like, that was wrong. So like, where did the Ad-Libs come from? And do you have them pre-recorded? Me and Zuu were arguing about this thing. Zuu said, was it you? No, I was arguing with my sister. She was like, oh, maybe someone records some for you. I was like, nah, that's his voice.
Record some. I said, oh.
That's like someone does some of the Ad-Libs for you or not. No. All is you.
Yeah, all is me. It's all vibes. I just literally listen to myself back and I feel like, how am I going to ad-lib it if I... Like, just it's a mood.
Yeah.
You can't explain it.
Yeah.
So do you do it every single time or you already have it pre-recorded? You just press it
every single time.
I knew it because I was like,
it's part of my recording session. So
That's
I have
dope.
the main lead,
Yeah.
then I do the ad-lib. But not all the songs. Some songs I feel like it doesn't deserve it, then I don't.
Yeah.
But some, it looks like, no, this one, the way the beats they go.
What?
You can't miss that.
Now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Obidipon.
Yes,
I've not heard you say
Challenge.
Obidipon video for a while. Like,
Yeah, you haven't heard that in a while.
Stuff you grow out of.
Yeah,
you don't feel like you want to say it. But if you want to like, if you're saying it's because you want to literally go back and make people
Remember.
Nostalgia,
exactly.
That's true.
But I wouldn't actually do a song at this point and feel like I want to say that. But
So
yeah,
that means new ones are coming, right? Because I'm always
we don't
listening
have a
for
new one.
more. What's the new one?
when did what else come? It's been
What
a
else
while.
there? I feel like it's been there. Yeah, that one's been there. And then wait,
Life.
that was my favorite one. Wait.
I don't even know what that is. That's the thing. That's why when she was asking to explain, it's hard for me to explain.
Yeah,
'Cause
just
it's
the vibe,
exactly,
like-
it comes.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I'm always listening to it in the back of the song. Like when I hear, I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to
So will you be
Sarkodie.
disappointed when you don't hear those things?
I feel like at least there's one. At least there'll be
I feel
one
like
in the
one always
song.
comes,
There's at
yeah.
least
So-
one.
So what would make me not do it is when the beat is already busy,
Right.
right? So then I feel like no, you don't have to touch that. The beat is doing, they're talking already, so you don't have to.
So yeah, so speaking of this, like you just said, when you know that the beat is busy, so maybe I shouldn't add ad-libs. Is this something that you develop over the years? Like, because I don't even know when you start, bro. Like, I remember I was in
Forever.
high school, I was a small boy, and then you came on the game. I think my earliest memory is that song. I forgot the name of the song, but had
Isn't it?
everybody on it with one of the hammer beats.
Oh yeah, Bougie,
Uh-huh.
Keba, yeah.
Yes, that was my first memory of
You Did
Sarkodie.
Craze.
Yeah, you did crazy. Yes, that's like 2000 and what?
I'm really bad with dates, but I know it's long. It's forever.
Like six
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
2006 or 7 or something like
More
that.
maybe.
So it's a long time ago. So
Yes.
it's been like approaching 20 years in the game. Maybe you even started before then. We don't know. That time you hadn't hit.
Yeah.
Every year of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So you mean professionally? That's different.
Yeah.
Being underground and pursuing music.
Yeah.
All that's then it's a long while.
It's a very long.
Yeah, so it's more of because of time, and then you've been in it for a very long time. You get to understand. You make all your mistakes. And you get to see. There's a song that I hate to put it out there. I won't mention the song, but when I always hear it, I'm like, this was a great record, but I could have done better.
Yes,
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
That's the growth.
So now, yes, and I think if you love something, you want to take time and really appreciate it, and then understand it more. And the more you understand, you're like, oh, you have to better this side.
Yeah.
You have to change this side. So that's what's been happening over the years. Yeah.
Okay.
And what has your experience like being in the music industry for so long? Because I mean, recording those times and recording now is like totally different. Things are, I guess, much more easier. Some people say it's so much more easier to succeed now than then, because those times you are going to
You
the
have to go to the
studio,
ground-
like
yeah, the
getting your
groundwork.
sound. Like it was much more complicated then
Yeah.
and now. So how has the growth been like? And then how have you been able to sort of fit in the system and be relevant throughout? Because some people just be like, Charlie, I
Feel
can't
away.
keep up with this
Yeah.
TikTok and all these other things that are also happening here.
Yeah, hopefully I can still keep up for more years coming. But what happened in the beginning, I think I'm like a breed of the old system and the new, because I
Right.
was coming in right when it was about shifting to this
Right.
new social media stuff. So Brad 4 and the Regis and Lord Kenyans, their time was very, we call it analog. Like literally the groundworks, you have to carry your CDs and go to
Yeah.
radio stations.
Yeah.
So I came to meet that. So I believe in putting in work and not just people pushing you and then presenting and marketing you to people without no strong foundation. Because
Right.
foundation, to me as an artist, is building from scratch and doing crowdsourcing, going to places, traveling to Kumasi, performing to people. So when they see you on TV, finally, it's like, oh, that's my guy.
Yeah.
So that's the Sarkodie story. That's what makes you be there for a very long time, because people feel attached. The people who are into Sarkodie are actually into Sarkodie because
Right.
they see the growth. So I think I had to adjust with time, and also because it's something I loved, and I have to learn how to stay relevant. I didn't do music because I want to be famous or make money. That came as
Like
A bonus.
byproduct.
icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then the main reason was I needed a tool to express myself creatively.
Yeah.
Then everything else came along. So that true passion is what keeps me in there. I can't be specific and tell you this is what I do,
Right.
or I
Yeah.
stay and then steady TikTok. Because I'm not on TikTok. I'm not. Okay, I'm on TikTok. I said I'm not on TikTok because literally I'm not.
Like
So
you
that-
are just there,
exactly.
but you're not there.
Yeah.
And I'm on Snapchat. I have Instagram and I love Twitter.
Yeah.
So these two at least I can do with that. I see the kids do the whole challenge stuff. And
Charlie,
those ones is hard.
we are doing our very
I
best,
can't.
but it's quite tough.
we
Even
are
with
struggling
Christ,
to
it's
keep
quite,
up.
quite
Yeah.
tough for
It's
us.
No, it's too
Fast.
much. Those things I can't. I can see it work, but I think no matter how something looks good, you still have to be sure that you're doing it organically. If you fake it, they're going to feel it.
Yeah.
And until I'm there, maybe you never know. I might get to that point where I can take my shirt off at home and do some silly videos.
You'll still be doing those like this.
This time, I can't assure that. So Sarknation, they have been pushing me to go on TikTok.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to happen any moment. But if I get to that point where I feel like, because there's certain things I'm doing now that if I thought about it like a couple years ago, I would never believe I would do.
Yeah,
To
true.
hold a cigar, I was like,
I saw
Small
that.
job,
I
yeah.
really did some serious. I was really studying today. I said no, I'll not come and be embarrassed. I have to do everything.
exactly.
I have to
So
be up to date.
yeah. So it's I keep everything organic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. I think that's like the
best
most
way,
important
yeah.
thing.
That's
yeah.
what we try to do as well. We just try and keep it real. Because I think if you're real, you don't have to do too much. It will happen.
Yeah.
People don't have to, because you can see like when something is forced or it's
Look
fake.
at how it happened. Look who is sitting by me on the
Exactly.
couch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's organic,
Yeah.
and then the universe got us to
We'll
do
make it
this,
happen.
and
Yeah.
I believe that. And I said a line in the freestyle I did that the easy way is the hardest way, and people didn't understand what I said. The easiest way to do it is the obvious. You're trying to be controversial. You did something that brought you to the top.
Yeah.
And then the hard it's going to be hard because now you're supposed to keep up that energy for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But then the hardest way will be the easiest when everything is said and done and you are in because you didn't do no gimmicks. So,
Yeah, so you
now
just
you don't have to
continue.
like come up with stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I'm about to drop an album, I don't need to do some unnecessary whatever
Facts, yeah.
because I didn't come in with
Stats.
that, and then it's been years of work, and that's the only reason why you matter.
Yeah.
And I can proudly say that I don't matter because they think you have done, maybe you're rapping more than anybody, but it's more of, even if you're not a fan, it's the respect bit of it, and I had to put in work.
Yeah.
So you can't skip it.
Yeah.
And it's a long drive, but when you get there, trust me, it's on auto
Pilot.
pilot.
Just cruising.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would rather suggest that than anything else trying to like gain attention. Yeah.
So I have a question. So you rep Tema, like everybody
He's a
knows that
Tema boy.
Sarkodie is a Tema. I want to ask what is in the water in Tema?
Yeah, because now I feel like if I
Because
want to
you
be a
guys-
musician, I have to move to
You have to
Tema.
move to
That's
Tema.
the
because
step
we have
one.
people like Chrisiata.
You're not far.
We're not
close.
far, so
We
we
are
just
not
have to
far,
pack
yeah.
our
We are
things
like
and
Tema
move.
on the outskirts, yeah. Well, even people like King Promise to Nungwa, it's not far. Like,
Yeah, so maybe the anointing comes there.
what's happening there? Like, why are you
What
guys?
they inside the Tema there where we know the
the
band.
hip
Like,
hop, the
hey.
hip life, Afrobeats, you guys are
So
just.
none of you has ever stayed anywhere in Tema.
No, but we
No,
have
no,
Tema
but
friends
we are-
and they are
yeah, so we come
proud
there a
of
lot.
Because I'm trying to like explain,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be hard since you've not been there. So, but you've been to Tema.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
of course.
So
Yeah.
you've seen the structure,
the communities,
how it's
everything.
built exactly.
Solid.
So it has this urban feel already.
Yeah.
But every community has a basketball court.
Yeah.
So that lifestyle has been there. And Tema, we're so into ourselves that we didn't even. There are people in Tema now who haven't been to Accra yet.
It's true.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
Like we don't care about anything else.
No,
that's
it's
going
really
on
serious.
anywhere.
They actually don't care about
It's-
Accra.
Carry them.
Bro,
Oh.
They're like, oh.
bro, like and then it's the port, and they had a lot of foreigners coming.
Yeah.
This is history though.
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I heard. So when they come, they want to like go to clubs, and that's when they created Club Felisa, Jamz, some beautiful places. So the entertainment became like a thing there because these people get off the boat
I
and they
want to have a
fun.
good time.
Then the artists started playing live band. So you have the likes of A.B. Crenso, who just passed away. So
Yeah.
rest in peace. Went to the funeral
funeral.
this weekend. Juwalaka. And Smart and Cancer. If you don't know, you have to go and check. These are like
Charlie.
old legends.
Serious
These
schooling.
guys were all, and then Nana Finn, Shashamali, all these guys were there. Then the generation changed to like the urban people, and then you had the new school, Camp Yard, which is now R2Bs.
Yeah.
Obomu Camp Yard, Z Clan, and then myself, Dr. Crime, and all these guys came up, and it was that unity that made us dominate. Because Tema is like a whole city on its own. We don't care about anything that's going on anywhere, and we get pride. That's one thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good type of pride.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
So one thing that took Tema people a long time, or still takes Tema people a long time to kind of like penetrate. We feel like Tema is it, and that's it. Like, we don't care. Even if the song doesn't blow here, we don't care.
Yeah.
I was literally one of the few people at our generation who was like looking beyond Tema.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Everybody else, because we have hit songs in Tema. Now we know if you play the songs here. What would be the boys, the gang boys, what would be their name? Underground 360. These boys, when they get on stage in Tema,
It's crazy.
Like, yes,
like
like
the men gang
of
of Accra.
in Accra.
Yeah, wow.
Right? And you have no idea who they are. But that's Tema for you. Until recently, then we all started like moving out. But so that's the vibe that creates the creative side for Tema people, because we have a lot of outlets where for creative people, so shows, freestyles, and then we had Adam FM way back was there at Community 2. That's why I started the radio battle thing. So there's a lot that's going on there.
So do you still do you still have a lot going on in Tema for you? Do you have certain things that you do in Tema, like special? I don't know.
Nah. So we did the This Is Tema festival. Too bad COVID came in right after we established that, so we weren't able to do it. But yeah, we do that. It's like an activity. I'm a Tema boy, but I think if you study Sarkodie, you can see my personality. You know, I'm not out there.
Like that.
So even when I was coming up, it was just me, my headphones. I walk through Tema. I don't know anybody, you know. So I'm Tema boy. I have my crew, but I'm not. If you want the Tema boys, R2Bs.
Right, I get what you mean.
These guys are the ghetto. They will be sitting there. You know,
The vibing with it.
I wouldn't pull up
Charlie,
like that.
I
Me,
just-
studio, home, show,
Finish.
That's it. I'm more like Kwesi. Kwesi is like me. Because I've never saw him. But then when he blew up, I was like, and he was living blocks away from my house. You know, so
Wild. So, like when we introduced you, we called you the landlord. You have so many names.
The Godfather, Ghana Jay-Z,
all those
different things.
So may I want to ask, like, how do you feel like your role is now in the Ghana music space? Because if I come, like she said, Ghana Jay-Z, people compare you to like Jay-Z, like, oh, Ghana's version of Jay-Z. The way I see Jay-Z now, he's kind of like taking a back seat and he's doing his business and he's making his money. But once in a while, he'll come back and say, hey,
I'm just reminding you guys who's the boss.
I'm still here. Don't forget
yeah.
me. Is that how you feel about yourself? Do you feel like you are kind of taking that backseat now, or you are still on the grind?
So it's flattering to hear that, and the level of the personality they're using. That's like, I'm far from the person. I might have the traits that can lead you there, but I'm not there yet. Jay has been doing this for like Lord knows how long. So he actually went through the process. You can't skip it. You can't act like Jay-Z. You have to be, you know, you can't just sit there and say you are. But I like the idea that people actually, you know, feel that way about me. But I can see why. As in, I think just being in the game for a very long time. And I take a position where I feel like I have to represent for artists in general. Because we have the media. You guys have your platforms. You can talk 24/7 and have a perception about what's supposed to change or how we're supposed to do this. And I feel like it's always directed towards artists, and I'm artist biased. So I feel like I'm in a space where I'm not out of music, but I still feel like my colleagues, some of them, or even the young ones, I don't see, they don't come to me and say, we want you to do this, but I see the way they treat you. It's like, we want you to represent for us. So I get that vibe from a lot of artists, but that one I think is just how I am as a person and how comfortable they are around me. And yes, if you're doing it for long, I feel like the people naturally feel like, okay, listen, dropping a hit song from Sarkodie, I don't think that's something that will shock anybody at this point. So they might want you to do something way more than that, which I believe, and I've been on that path alongside the music. But I think actively the fans also care about the music, so that's why I do it. But yeah, there are stuff that there's a stage where I need to get myself into to support what's built Sarkodie, and that's the industry.
Okay, so when I think back to, let's say, 10 years ago, maybe a little over 10 years ago, 2010 there was this new type of music that was coming into the Ghana space. And then later I got the name Azonto.
Yeah.
And I think, well, now that we look back, you are definitely one of the people who put Azonto on the map and then took it global, because it really became like a global thing.
Yeah, what's the thing?
So I would say, let's say you, Gasmilla, of course.
Gasmilla.
Yeah. Let's say Guru,
Fuse.
EL2 was in there. Yeah. So people like you guys put Azonto on the map. But me, looking back, I feel like we fumbled the bag. You know, I feel like Azonto could have become something. Because at that time, see how now we look at Ghana music, Nigerian music, people always say, oh, Nigerian music is going. I think at that time we were even ahead of them. Yeah, because of Azonto.
Don't hesitate to say that. Don't
worry.
Yeah,
we were. Yeah, I think we were, because they even started like kind of like copying the vibe and everything. So, what do you think went wrong?
I think it's what goes wrong almost every time, not just with Azonto, but with Ghana and how we are as a people. I won't take myself out of it, so it's not like I got it figured out. I'm trying to point to anybody else. But I think if you look at the people that we try to compete with and how they treat their movement, it's a bit different from us. You know, because we had our own Ghanaians talking about the fact that they were tired of Azonto.
Oh, Charlie.
You know, so when you say you're tired, and the thing is, I'm not an Azonto artist. It tend to come. I was part of the movement in the beginning. It was organic. I didn't plan I was going to do that song. I went there and I said the word Azonto. And it wasn't like I'm about to create
like a whole movement.
Then
So
it
just
became
like
something. Everybody jumped on board. So it's not like we sat down to plan it. But I know that if it was our people, brothers and sisters on the other side, they would make it into something else.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's something that I feel like we've had moments in Ghana that we could have highlighted longer, but we don't. I think we moved too quick, and this conversation, there's a lot of
deep.
It's long.
Yes, it's deep, and I care so much that I feel like I might even lose myself talking about it because it's way bigger than just having conversations. Because if I go outside Ghana and I go to London, go to America, you go to the club, who's ordering the bottles? Niger. You want African food.
Nigeria.
You want African club.
Nigeria.
So it's not really about. So that's why recently when I did a conversation, it became controversial. What I meant was we like pointing fingers. As Ghanaians, I don't even point fingers because I feel like I'm doing my part of trying to So until we change, of course, we have individuals who are doing what is supposed to be done, but that's like if you watch the ratios, it's small. So we need to build that confidence of like holding stuff and being proud of it. Because you only like something when if somebody comes into this room and all of us we're playing just one song, a Chinese sits here and then we play just one song for almost like an hour and we just sing all the lyrics back to back. By the time he or she will move from here,
they know the song too.
And that's what organically Niger is. Basically about everything. That's how they hold everything in high esteem. So you go to London and you see they're in their cars, dropped up, back to back, their own music. Like the dominance level is like crazy.
It's crazy,
And until you are ready to do that, I don't think you can complain. And so that's why we keep losing. And it's not just Nigeria. I think any strong country, that's their traits. If you take America, they don't look at anybody. They feel like you have to look at what they are doing. So, and until you can do that, if you are just following, you can't lead anything. So Azonto will come, but then they will have to make it cooler for you. So it's a deeper conversation that we all have to work on ourselves together. Until it might not be us. It will be a generation that are not timid. You can't speak down on them. You know, they are proud to be Ghanaians, and then they go out there with it. And there are a few people in the diaspora with that attitude, but because so it's hard for you to do it. You know, because if you want to do a show, you have a big concept in your head as a Ghanaian. You're like, you want to go to the Madison Square. Let's say this is before Nigerians did it, and that's what you're thinking. And then you talk to your fellow Ghanaians, and if they are going to give you that pump and not go like,
Charlie, this one, go make hard.
You see, so that conversation is what is pushing us back.
So it's like it's a culture thing.
Definitely.
Yes.
I think so.
So it's way bigger than just
and it's not even just music, like everything. Even the approach that, like when I go to work in Nigeria, the approach that they have towards the work, like Every time someone asks me how are Nigerians, I say they are intense. Like
Exactly.
that's the word.
True.
Like they are intense.
True.
Like everything that they do is intense. So it just
Naturally,
duplicates
so
in every.
when you see the end results, you get to understand why it's like that. Yeah.
But for you that you've worked with musicians like all across the globe, what do you think we can learn, like as a country? What can we do to have a more enabling environment for creatives in general in Ghana? Like, what are some of the things that you see in other countries? Like, hey, Charlie, like if we do this for Ghana too, like it go make sense. But like, it's not being implemented. It's a bit difficult.
Like if I take because people say always Ghana, Nigeria, but that's the thing at this point that you can use. Yeah. But I think in Nigeria, it just goes back to, because these things you can talk about it, but you can't round up the whole of Ghana in one room and try to change how everybody is. Something has to spark, and it might take a click, like some. I feel say even 4 people can change narrative of a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
By starting something,
I agree.
Right? Because when you do, when one of us, or like let's say a promoter, dreams big and does something, I only assume the others might want to follow. So there's a lot of things that I think we even have more than the places that I go, but we just don't utilize it the same way. They might not even have, it's like this studio, right? Yeah. Somebody might have a big whatever set up, and still the content is just not, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm trying to say. That so yes, what you do. So I think we have a lot. I've been to Nigeria. It's not like they are. What you said is so true. Intensity. That's basically it.
Yeah, because I feel like if you put Nigerians in this space, they can make it happen because they are driven. I don't know if it's because they are 200 million and it's like if you know,
that's the excuse that Ghanaians use to misbehave. That is their numbers. Is their numbers. Yeah.
So numbers with our attitude, you still not go anywhere.
Yeah, you'll be there.
So do you feel like they developed that attitude because there are so many and the competition is crazy. So if you are not wild,
I don't know.
We don't know, Charlie.
Don't know. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
We had this conversation this afternoon. Me and somebody's crazy. No, this morning. Yeah. My business partner, she came home and then we were having breakfast and we were talking. She was like, God made certain people different.
Yeah.
Even in your family, just as little as your family. Like you have your brother being this way, you are this way, and then God will choose who is going to do
100%.
At a certain point. So those things I think is something you can really fight or try to explain it. You might be scared to even admit that maybe you're sure said they are going to be the only ones doing it forever. Because what they're doing is not something you can just go and learn like that and then because that's how they are naturally. These guys are. Why do you think a lot of countries feel like they are a threat when they are?
Because they are intense.
Because they invade. They don't want to come and live in. They don't want to come and they're not going to London and go and pet some corner and then
do small and get their
permission. Go to London, go to like the most expensive area, look at the house and go like, why can't I live here?
Yeah. It's good energy. I think we should learn from them 100%.
And that's how they are. And personally, I take my hats off to my brothers in Nigeria.
Yeah, same.
Brothers and sisters in Nigeria because I still have the Ghana in me. That one you can't run away from it. It's blood.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how confident you are, there's the Ghana bit of you that will always draw you back a little bit.
Yeah.
But the truth is, both sides. I say the best.
It's good balance. Yeah.
Yes.
Combinations.
The best business partners should have Ghana, Nigeria. The Ghanaian to keep the company running forever.
Cool down the thing.
Ghanaians can maintain something for a very long time because we hate taking risks.
Risk averse.
But then you have the Nigerian to break the deals.
Yeah.
That's true.
So stay by plan. We are looking for a Nigerian person to join us.
So I think we can work together.
Yeah, but it's true.
But as I was saying, I learned a lot from Nigerians, especially when it had to do with. That's when I had the heart to pay for videos. Because when I hang around them, I was like, these guys don't play. They are not trying to cut any corners. They want to look good in the video.
Yeah.
What does it take? They need a chopper. They need this. They need that. How much is it going to take?
They'll do their connections.
I don't have it, but I'm going to even borrow money to go and do it.
Yeah.
So, and we are like, hey, that will
it's
last.
expensive. Hey.
Me last. You know, you want me to lose.
Yeah.
You know? But then I realized, listen, as soon as they do it, they still get it back because now they put a perception out there that people buy into. It's great marketing. So now I can't joke with it. So I started putting funds into my career. Yeah. And guess what? I saw results. That's when I positioned myself as an African artist, moving from just being a Ghanaian artist. Yeah. But then that was a competition. But now we slow down, we replace the competition go catch it. Like,
They should raise
some
fast.
Please.
They should raise fast.
Beg.
We need to catch up. Beg them.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
but yeah, big respect to that.
Yeah.
I mean, so you said earlier that Twitter is your favorite social
Yes.
media platform. Yeah, and we see you like even today. I was checking like we're
I'm on there.
tweeting. Yeah. I was like, yeah, and you can tell that it's you as well.
Yes,
which is
it's me.
really cool. Some people you can tell that it's
Yeah, they
it's
say
like-
someone.
Some platforms, be me. I don't want top, so say people no go feel say they talk to you, but
they-
Twitter,
you know that Twitter.
Yeah,
it's
you see
definitely Yeah. So and then when I talk about Twitter, I have to talk about Sarknation, bruh. Those guys will lay their lives down
For you.
It's crazy. How do you feel when you log on and like people are if I let's say I go and write something like
Sarkodie is
Sarkodie,
trash. Hey!
I'm dead. They will kill me there.
yeah.
So like, how does it feel when you log in and people are just riding for you?
Yeah, 100%.
It's overwhelming. I still can't snap out of it. The fact that people can write for you this
Yeah.
much, and like I always keep saying thank you to Sarknation, but I really mean it. Yeah, Sarknation has been a part of my whole journey. I think we started from Facebook, and when I became more active on Twitter, they all moved, and we started this whole
Hey, proper OG.
Yeah.
That's
Facebook.
cool.
Yeah, so then we came there, and I don't think because of Sarknation that's why I enjoyed them the most. I read about why certain personalities love certain platforms, and then I think they said Facebook, when people like to express a lot, that's what they like, and then when people want to show lifestyle, they love the snaps and Insta.
Yeah.
But when people who speak less and want to get their point across with just few words, it's Twitter. And I realized that's why.
That's why you are active there.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah. So are there any? Let me give you an opportunity to shout out some of your Sarknation people.
Yeah, you don't get into trouble.
Are there any names that
Charlie,
you
I
want
beg
to
you.
mention?
Why you doing this? Say, hey, Sarkodie, you didn't
And
mention
I
me.
did a song. I was in Canada, and then I tweeted. I said, "You guys should tweet me now. I'm going to randomly. I'm in the studio, freestyle with everybody's name," and I did it, bro. That was the worst thing I did because
Hey, say, hey, you didn't add me.
That on looking almost a year. This If you be the girls, you go add them. You know, so they know themselves, and big shouts to
they know
them. And some
themselves,
of them are actually ended up getting close to the team that they are almost kind of like working
Yeah.
with the team. You know, when I do Rapaholic, I have him I can talk about. Valentino. He's been a great fan from day one, big supporter. Now he actually works on production for me. So
nice.
yeah, big shouts to Sarknation.
Nice. So I think we should move in
To
to Jamz.
Jamz.
I heard you refer to it as a playlist. Before I get into the playlist, the artwork, because me, I'm a graphic designer, so
Hey, Zuu is back again, oh, you people. Zuu
See, I
is a
feel
man of
always
many
they on my
talents.
case.
Zuu is a footballer,
Oh god.
and a videographer,
He's
photographer,
blessed.
chef, actor.
So yeah,
Well,
No,
just
but
I
for
told you,
real,
I'm
for
just
real.
waiting for you to give birth. They know that you've done everything.
because me, I'm someone who, if I open, let's say Spotify, and I can play an album just because of the cover.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I saw the Jamz cover, I was looking at it. Like, I'm not sure what's going on here. And I said, they've written Sarkodie on the side and Jamz. Yeah. And then I saw on Instagram that it was graffiti, like a graffiti artist from London. I've forgotten his name,
I forgot as well.
I think I have it here. Let me check. His name is Epod.
Epod.
Yes.
Epod, yes. So I watched the video of him creating it. I was just like, bro, this is sick.
Yeah.
You know, so what led you to is it like, did he just do it or you commissioned him? Like, how did it work?
What was the vibe here?
So I wanted something very plain and direct, not too much happening. And then inspiration definitely came from Michael Jackson's I think it was Bad. Or
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
then when I spoke with him, my business manager was in touch with him. That's why I don't know his name, because he was the one dealing with him directly. And then this is the idea that we came up with, that I want, because I saw his page, he has some crazy paintings,
stuff. Yeah.
I said I want that, and then we created, and that would become the album cover. Then I had him there, the video you saw, and then he created it from scratch, and
Yeah,
that was
amazing.
epic.
Amazing. You did amazing. So yeah, back to what I was saying before. You referred to it as a playlist.
Yes.
So it's 10 songs,
Yeah.
9 features. The only one is that's confirmed, which is just you. Why do you call it a playlist?
Because that's how it feels like. It feels like when you listen to a radio station, you have a DJ playing.
Yeah.
These are the type of songs I could imagine a DJ who wants you to have fun would want to play. And that's how it felt. Because normally, a typical Sarkodie album, you have a lot of rap, and then you have these ones like two
or three years.
that would be like the main lead for the project. But this one is like literally all single-worthy type of records.
100%.
So that's what made. So I hate calling the project an album.
It's like
It's a playlist.
It makes sense.
And if you saw the sheets for the track list,
Yeah.
it's like when you go to radio stations, when they give them playlists, that's the type of
wow.
sheet they give them. So that was the idea.
Yeah, so I listened to the album, and what I realized is it's almost as if every single person you featured, you allowed their individual style to
to flow through.
project in the album or in the song like more than you. Did you do that intentionally, and what was the reason? I mean, you sort of have kind of explained it right now, but like, could you give us more insight on that?
So doing this for over 10 years, you might catch yourself trying to always do something you think you're comfortable with. Always do. There are a few artists who can be very versatile and try to touch on almost every genre. Mostly, every artist has chords that they like. I don't know how to play keyboard, but somebody apparently told me I love the C chord because any mood that C brings, I like. So if I stick to what I like, all my songs are going to be around that C thing. But then, so same with maybe LOJ. Might be there's a certain mood that he also likes, because you can change the progressions or whatever, but then they will still see if you hear the sound, you know this is. It's like when Craig David came out with that album, that whole project. When you hear it, you know that's Craig.
Yes.
But maybe Craig wants John Legend to write for him. It might be a different vibe. So that's how over the years I was like, listen, because most of my choruses I wrote them, Baby, Adonai. All this big, I will write them and sing it, and I'll sing it to the singer, and then they'll come and sing. Because I hate my voice but I will do the melodies.
They'll hear you sing.
No, it's not gonna happen. No matter how much you pay, it won't happen. But then, so I do that, and then they'll come and listen, and then they'll sing it. I got tired. I'm like, listen, there are certain songs I hear in the club, and I'm like, there's no way I can come up with a chorus like this. So why do you want to worry yourself when you can get the person to do it
themselves?
So now I bring them in. Some of the songs are still me. Not me writing, but my type of melody that I like. Song like She Bad featuring Oxlade. That was me. The production, I gave the melody to Guilty. So
Another Guilty beats.
Yeah.
Guilty, I mean, Guilty. Especially,
I think my melodies are... music doesn't always have to be too serious and deep. But my music that I like is always mood music. Like, it might make you extremely sad or happy. But we have some flat music that I don't want to put any artists in because they might say my music is not flat. But we have some songs that it's flat, but it's vibes. And that one I might need somebody to come and do it. So that's why I allow them to do whatever they want to do. And then
it was a good idea. It was a good idea because I put my phone down. I was listening to it. I'd be like, this sounds like a Loj song now. I'm like, oh, this sounds like a Sina song. Oh,
especially
like,
the Sina.
like...
I think Sina and Black Sheriff. When I heard that, I was like, bro, you just know that that's their sound. And you're able to like infuse yourself on the sound. It just sounded natural. And
I loved it.
That was really cool. And Oxlade as well.
Yes.
I think those are probably my three. And then Buju. See, I'm small now. Then you see now. I've mentioned.
You mentioned everybody.
All this.
I keep getting that from people who have listened to the project because that was the idea. That's why it's a playlist. If it was an album, typically for Sarkodie, if you are not a fool, and don't worry, me, I'm very comfortable with people not being Sarknation because we have people who have been there from the beginning. It's a different feel for them. Anybody else they are music lovers. So when your music is general, then it gets to them. So they might not necessarily be fans, but so if I did a typical Sarkodie album, you might find just one.
I think so.
True.
You get it. But then this one, it was more like a playlist. So I'm doing songs that it could have been the number one on those artists.
Okay, then you see earlier we were talking about the Jay-Z vibe. I feel like then you're in the Drake vibe. Because
what does that mean?
Because Drake is in this space where I don't even know. I don't know if it's a space because that's just how he is. He just likes to experiment and try new things.
Like he's not scared to think within the box.
Guess what? So, wow, this is crazy. So we had this same conversation like a few days ago, and I used him as an example. I said the reason why he's being consistent, he knows he's talented, but he knows the secret that no matter how talented you are,
Yeah.
there's a certain sound that you are always drawn to.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have a 21 Savage, there's certain songs he can't do. It's
Yeah.
a vibe. Like
Yeah.
the stuff that what's this guy's name? The guy with the No. Those
Hey, wow, bro. Fuck people.
oh,
Little baby.
this hard boy with big eyes. Oh, the name is so common that I just literally with his hair is like this.
Kodak.
Yes.
Kodak Black. Yeah.
So Kodak's lyrics,
Yeah.
he's leaving it. Right? That's how he lives.
Yeah.
And so when he says it, but it sounds cool to me, but that's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do I get into that zone? You have to work with him.
Yeah.
Same with him. The stuff that Drake will say, he can't relate. So Drake knows that, listen, when you come in the beginning and people go, oh, Sarkodie, I always switching. That's why you people missed the opportunity to stay relevant, because
Yeah.
it's a process. There's a time where when you come in, it's fresh. This is all we want to hear. It's refreshing. After a while, no matter how good it is,
Yeah.
we're like, but we don't,
Yeah.
So now how do I get into the next zone?
Yeah.
Now we have people who want to listen to this, so you just collab. So I love collaboration. I think that's the best thing.
This is crazy because I had the same conversation with my friend a few days ago, and I was comparing you. See, like this Jay-Z thing I was saying. We're talking about Jay-Z and Nas. That what's happened to Nas, that's Jay-Z, because they were on the same level as some years ago. Jay-Z went, and Nas because Nas kind of stays in the zone. He's a good rapper. He's probably better than
exactly.
Jay-Z, but
Nah,
he just does. It depends on who you ask. But yeah, he just sticks to what he knows, or that's what he used to do. And Jay-Z is like evolving. And then so the times changed.
Jay-Z will link up with Linkin Park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he went to the times,
Justin
and
Timberlake
that's
to
kind
get
of stayed
the-
behind.
It's just the fact that he can get all these things.
You have to
and
open
then
your mind.
He just
Yeah.
he comes in as Jay, and then it's still his.
still
Forever
his, yeah,
young,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That is the cross is the strongest thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anything else, it just adds on to it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know this and you feel like, oh, your pride is like, oh, I don't want anybody to say the song is big because Runtown sang it.
Yeah.
Painkiller is huge, but it's my song though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, exactly. At the end of the day, it's your song.
my song.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people put limitations to these things. It's
Yeah.
creativity, and then you have people trying to. That thing they find themselves like every day they try find reasons why you're relevant. So they want to say you are cheating. So they're like, I'm like, it's like Floyd. Anytime he's fighting, it's like people are against him.
Yeah.
But he's playing what the sport is required to be.
Yeah.
He's about the money. He's trying to win. He doesn't want to lose. And because you want him to go and hurt himself, and then you will be excited at home. He should risk his legacy.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
makes
so
sense.
it's basically just knowing the game and then know how to maneuver your way through.
Yeah.
So, the
Yeah.
playlist. What's your favorite song?
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
I'll go for 2 records. I think She Bad featuring Oxlade, and then Better Days with Buju.
Okay, I think my favorite song is. I can't pick one. Don't pick 2.
Hey,
I'll pick
Zufika.
2. Countryman. Hey,
Countryside.
Countryside. Sorry, Countryside and.
I love Countryside. So.
I don't know if I should pick between the Oxlade one and the Buju one. I'm trying to. But yeah, let me pick 3.
Hey.
Everybody
Everybody want
She
you want
Bad
to
and
pick
then
2.
Yeah.
Buju.
Yeah.
You?
I like the Confirm song.
Confirm.
Yeah.
Confirm is a Jamz. Yeah.
of
Especially when
course.
I saw you posted a video of Ziggy, Incredible Ziggy,
Yes,
dancing.
dancing to it.
Then that's sometimes when you see a visual,
Yeah, just like, yeah.
Yeah, you can relate
then it
more.
hits,
And but that video is shot already though, so
Yeah,
that will
that
be
was-
dropping soon.
Well, I was
That's
going to
so
come
nice,
and
nice,
ask
nice,
whether
nice.
I can be inside. Now it's late. It's late now.
What will you do? Dance?
Oh, hey, I'm a dancer. Oh.
Yeah.
Sure,
I was
see
like,
this
so I'm a
girl,
dancer.
see this
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah, those records I love.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. These the 2 songs I love all of them. But if you want me to put something on repeat, that would be the 2 songs that I would go
2
for.
songs.
Yeah.
When did you start working on the project?
Yeah, I was
How long
about to
has it
ask
been?
that.
I think when I was closing on No Pressure, I started recording them, and it came about by me being outside Ghana, taking trips to go have fun with the team, Zanzibar,
Okay.
and these places. So I carried the memories and came back, and then there was a night at Sky Bar, one female DJ playing back to back Amapiano, and I was sold. I knew Amapiano, but that night was like, I don't know, so this thing.
yeah.
Really
low
be like
that.
the log drums,
They
like back to back. When
jam,
you
yeah.
are in that circle,
Yeah.
And it's like I'm a piano circle, and if you're not sold,
Yeah.
Yes.
Charlie,
yes,
I moved
yes,
from.
yes,
No, I don't move
yes.
from there. The same time I was there, I want to see if I can go back from there. I'll show you the text. I'll go back and see how I start text producers.
You serious?
Say,
Say
no, you guys can
no.
go ahead and ask stuff as I look for it.
Stepping away from the music, you were a husband and you're a father. And the nature of the job is you have to travel a lot.
Yes.
Even if you're in Ghana, you have to move out of your home. Go to like today, you've come here, you've left your family at home. How is it like? Because
The balance.
I remember let me even just bring this back. When Ronaldo locked the borders. You were somewhere.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
was
sure
in
your family
Jersey.
was here. Were they with you?
That was the best thing that happened to me in life.
But wait. I said,
They were all with me.
they were
Oh,
with
they all
you.
Okay.
So that story is so crazy. Nobody knew about COVID, right?
Yeah.
Because that thing literally was like overnight.
Yeah, just lockdown.
COVID didn't start like it creeping.
It just came boom.
It
Yeah.
was creeping
I mean, it
more,
was
but
no,
we
but
didn't see it
The
coming.
intensity of how they just
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
That was like today.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you were here in Amazon. Oh, in Italy,
Yes.
this
And in
is.
this and in
But
China,
then,
Like the
they
freaking out didn't build up. It was like
Yeah.
very drastic.
were like some 4 or 5
It
cases
max-
and shut down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
in Ghana.
I was about to. I had I was about to go and do media tour on which album was that at that time? I think that was Black Flowers. And then I've never done this before, like to take my daughter with me when I'm going to work. But something was telling me I have to take her, and she was at school. I had to go and take all the works that she'll be doing or whatever. I said, and they're like, no, but why would she have to go and this and that? And I said, no, I don't know, but I just want her to be with me
Teacher,
while I'm
please.
going. And they picked up stuff for her, jumped on the flight. And that was the first time that I was traveling with her. And you can imagine, she was very little. So, but me and Titi is like,
Oh, Titi. She's
Yeah.
cute, too.
yes, me and Titi, I'm like the mom and dad because I do almost everything. So it's not hard when I have to be with just her because I'll make the food, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
So, but that was the first. I was still nervous. But I don't know why I wanted to put myself through that thing. So now we go, but then the mom was already in the States.
Oh, okay.
But we went to London. So I said, let's go and see your mom and then we'll come back to London. We go there, 2 days,
Lockdown.
everything is shut.
Mad.
But as bad as it was, I was like, I keep telling myself, like, sometimes you need to listen to your instinct. 'Cause
Yeah.
this would have been
That's
me
crazy.
And your
and
wife
there,
out
and
and
then
she's
only
here
Titi
alone.
is here.
That's insane.
Hey,
And now,
like
how
you
many
go
months
feel
was it?
mad.
6
Like
months.
you go feel mad for day.
Mad.
So we all got locked there.
Together.
Yeah. It was still like, and in the States it was like they were freaking out unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the idea.
I stopped watching the news because Charlie, you know they talk the sentence.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know whether you do. If you listen to the sentence, they
They
feel like you have
start
it.
coughing.
Yes. So if
They
you
go
cough,
to where
you cough one, they'll
MD.
say, hey.
Like, you know, the thing they can't.
Then when
That's
MD
how
says
powerful the mind
COVID.
is. Like I'll be listening, say you start feeling some pain, and literally listening, I start feeling the pain.
Yeah.
Charlie, what's going
So I
on?
just off that thing.
You see,
Wait, I
they
don't
beg
make
you.
lucky. I be see the way they sell the whole virus. They connect them to the Chinese people.
Yeah.
The apartment every day inside filled with Chinese. Right?
So you go make
Bro, if I
that
come
time
out,
to you be scared.
if I come
Yeah.
out where I just see some Chinese for the whole way, I won't go enter back. Charlie. It was seriously
crazy.
intense.
Yeah, it was
a crazy
intense.
time. It
And
was a crazy time.
so funny, all I wanted during that time was a haircut because I'm somebody I can't stay without it. I can go even, I think I do every 2-3 days.
Wow.
I can't, like, my half full crap, and then it's like,
yeah.
Then your baba they cash out and kasa.
yeah, the boy, no, but if I talk to him, I'll respect. If I talk to him, if I give him budget, make it just work. Because
Yeah,
the 20
you have to be monthly
24/7
basis. You have to be I'm sorry,
because
Kobe.
he's always there. Like
Yeah.
every second he has to come. And
Yeah.
to stay, so imagine in a week I'll go like 3 times. I'll do 3 times, and then I stay in this apartment, and
Just growing.
everybody's freaking out. You call anybody, no matter how much you want to pay, they said
Nobody's
they
coming.
said no. So there's a video that is on online. When I had to do live, if you go and watch those videos back, and you see my beard, I've never gotten to that point. And when I have that, then I can literally fall sick.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
Yeah,
so
that's what happened now. I'm a Rasta man.
no, you have tried.
The
you know
COVID
that,
way started this
but,
thing.
but yes, Exactly, that would be a good time to do this.
Yeah, that's how it
because
is.
the process to move from this and get to this,
Yeah, the awkward stage.
Yeah, there's some stage where you look at yourself like, Charlie, what's this? Bro?
then if you stand firm, you get to this point. But this one, I don't know
because I also tried before COVID, but I couldn't. Like,
Yeah, it
every
was just not
sometime
working
you
out. Yeah.
can't even look at yourself.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
mirror.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
because of the fear of COVID, I was able to move past that stage. So yeah.
So you were talking about me being away.
Yeah. So how is it
And
like?
even like being a father, let me just be controversial small. Has it affected the kind of music you make? Like, hey, Charlie, like, Titi grow up.
Yes.
10 years from now, they should hear father was saying this. And like,
Yes, as much as you can control it, it creeps in when I'm writing.
Yeah.
Even with I'm mindful. I think I'm mindful.
You
I
try.
don't think I am, but I think with the stuff I post on social media, I'm not I'm an extreme person that would do something that's like bad, but even with holding the cigar and you know, because you would want to. People say, "Just be real with your kids." Yeah, you want to be real, but you want to set example as well. You can't just say one thing and then
You're doing the next
and
thing.
then it doesn't make sense to them. So that's the battle that you're in. So now, if you are saying something in the song and then you want to tell TT otherwise, then
But you
But
said
you are
this
the
in
one who said
confirm.
that.
exactly.
You said it in confirm.
You know, but then you might have to be able to differentiate
Yeah.
that and then go like, okay, this is this, but this is maybe art or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's easier to deal with. It's not even easy to deal with some family members. My sisters, they might have a problem. My mom called me this morning on confirm. Who's fancy here?
My
You're
mom has
fancy.
fancy. My mom's fancy.
So you understand what they say? Ebe sana semi. Like what? Huh?
Oh, say it.
You try.
Witchcraft.
Ebe is sign.
The sign.
A sign is like musuo in tree.
Yeah, like bad omen.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that. Yeah. Bad energy.
To go back, like, how did your family and friends? My favorite question. Like, how did your family take it when you started till now? Like, what has the feedback been like? As she has called you, he said, "Dear." Like, what was her vibe from the beginning and now?
I think mom was being how regular Ghanaian moms are, you know. And the fact that I think we have this culture where anything entertainment is like seen as and my mom, they used to call it bandsman. It's not musician or artist or rapper. It's a bandsman. Bandsman way back, apparently those times, bandsmen be like the useless people in the whole community. So the friends will call us, say, "Oh, bandsman."
Oh,
you know?
Charlie.
So she had that thing from friends, but I can give it up to my mom because I think there was a year she gave me a chance to prove myself, and I was lucky that was the same year that I started making impact in the music industry. Because I think she wanted me to do the regular stuff that people would expect their children to do, you know, stay in the office and I did graphic designing, so that's where she wanted me to pursue, and she could feel that's not me. It's not my heart, you know. So, but my sisters are my biggest fans. I think the biggest Sarknation. Right now that we are talking, before I go here, that's my big sister.
They are ready. They've already started.
So she's the second born.
So did they know the lyrics already, or they are now learning?
Listen, Sarknation,
They are the original.
This is the original Sarknation. So definitely I had a supportive family.
Yeah, that's good.
So I didn't. Mom, of course, I was.
That one,
it's natural.
It's normal.
Yeah, but even her wasn't like bad.
It's more of like they're worried for you. That's just what it is.
Exactly.
It's from a good place.
Yes. But I didn't have that whole. I don't believe in you. And no.
Okay, so I want to ask you. I was going to ask you later, but let me ask you now. When Joey B came on Stay by Plan, he mentioned you as one of his influences, and then one of the people when you came on Tonga.
Yes.
That took his career to the next level. So I'm interested to know, and I'm sure a lot of people will say the same thing. Lots of different artists in Ghana will say the same thing about Sarkodie, that he kind of, him, you know, featuring on my song or me putting me on his song, whatever, took me to the next level. So I want to know, who was that guy for you? Who were those guys for you that
Took you to
they
the next
put you
level.
on and you feel like it bumped you up an extra level, and then people began to notice you more?
In my case, I wouldn't put an artist. I think it was Hammer of the last two.
Yeah.
Hammer reached out which was rare because this is me rapping on Kasahari, and those days that's every rapper's dream.
Yeah.
Is to meet Hammer of the Last Two. Then I had a call from him, and I remember vividly where I was late night around 12:01, coming from Studio Community 4 behind Chemu Secondary. Then I had a call, picked up, said, Sarkodie, I said yes. I said, my name is Hammer. I don't know if you know. I'm like, I'm saying you don't know if I know you.
Yeah.
Hammer of the Last Two. And I thought it was like a prank call.
Yeah.
Normally you would have to go look for these people. Called me and said, can you come to the studio now? That's the same night we did the record you're talking about. I got there, killed it, and then the rest has been history. So I think he put me on that level. But then of course I had people supporting me. So the reason why I do a lot for artists is because that's what I was looking for from the big artists.
Yeah.
Because I knew what that would have changed for me.
You, yeah.
If Obrafo should have just even come and do my intro.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
So Dr. Duncan put me on Adom FM for Kasahari.
Yeah.
And that kind of like got me in the streets because I was battling. Did you ever listen? No.
I used to listen, I used to listen to radio all the
So
time.
let me
So
tell
what's
you
Kasahari?
So let me tell you the story.
It used to be like different
every
rappers would
Saturday,
come on.
I had somebody to battle, and I was able to kill. Not
kill, just
I handle
kill.
them.
Yeah.
So like every Saturday, that's where I built. I think that's where Sarknation started. So because they used to call in and they had to vote. So I would say Duncan put me on. After Duncan, to get on the mainstream radio to have single is Hammer. Then to get an endorsement was from Obrafo.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say like from scratch. Obrafo just picked that. Obrafo put a stamp because Obrafo, when you say rap in Ghana, it's like that's the name that is here. So now when he said him, it was like
which is kind of like what you're doing for some of the people nowadays.
Exactly.
I feel like people have asked this question before, but out of curiosity, where did the Sarkodie come from?
Funny story. Dumb kid thinking. Because I saw two or three Sarkodies and they were all rich, and because I was a child, I thought it was the name.
When you see my name as Afi Sarkodie, don't mind your business. I'm trying to buy my money up.
The only time I had to think twice about it was when I came out. Now I saw a lot of broke. I'm like, thank God I didn't meet you guys. But also it was the name related to my favorite animal in the world. It's just the eagle, which is Sarkodie. So when you say Sarkodie, and it's like when you're speeding up saying like the eagle to Sarkodie, it sounds like Sarkodie.
Okay.
So that two things is what play part in choosing the name.
Nice.
And now people with the original Sarkodie surname feel like I'm related to them.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And before we begin to wrap up, I just remember something. I don't remember the year. I want to say maybe 2008 when Busta Rhymes came to Ghana.
Yes.
Do you guys remember?
I remember.
And I think you went on stage, had a clock, and you had to like
With
speed.
Dr. Prime.
Yes. And Busta Rhymes is one of the pioneers of like speed rap. And you went and the guy said yes.
Yes.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I remember those times that was your thing, like fast rap.
Fast
yeah.
Now, so it's crazy like seeing the evolution. You don't even do it. You don't really do it anymore. But I know you can still do this.
Yes, I can. I just did it on. You heard a Calligraph record? It was this guy from Kenya. He did a song called Baby. You can listen to it back again. I took myself back to that time. It's like the layaway type of verse, the one I did with Sway. So I think as an artist, you don't want to follow. You want to lead.
Yeah.
So you don't. Somebody gave me the best advice. Big shouts to Nana Finn, old veteran. I like talking to the old artists because as much as you think you are winning the BET and they haven't, you think you know more than them.
Yeah.
But they have been everywhere.
Yeah.
If Daddy Lumba stayed in the industry for over how many years? Like the man has
More
30,
than
30 albums.
Yeah, he's been there.
So such a person will have one or two things that would help me. So I like to talk to them a lot. If I get a chance to sit with him, he says stuff that I'm feeling now, and I thought it was a new thing, but it's been there. You are just new. So what was I even saying? Let me get back. Yes, Nana Finn, and he said it was a show somewhere backstage, and he told me the best advice he wanted to give me is that I should never wait for my fans to grow past me and leave me behind.
Grow with them.
No, you might have to even grow, and they will have to catch up.
Catch up. Okay, yeah.
Because that's the best way you can survive. Because now somebody was listening to you way back when I started. Where were you?
Yeah.
In school.
So you had time. You had time to like.
Yeah.
Right now, problems there.
Charlie.
It's true.
So
Accra.
if I don't grow out of that, you're gonna leave me there because
Yeah.
this is not the time you want to come and hear punchlines that I said on Adonai. You know, but people want to be stuck on that, and it's hard to let go because you think you're losing.
You're
no,
losing
no.
some people, yeah.
There will be a new crowd that will cater to that crowd.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way, even if it's not necessarily dumbing it down, but there is something that we expect from you to hear at this point.
Yeah.
Even with some of the love records that I do, I know the target. I know the people who are going to listen to it. There are some people who are not going to get it, but then
that's fine.
yeah, that's fine too. So it's just run with time and also listening to your instincts and how you feel. That you don't feel like it, so don't force yourself.
Yeah, don't force it. So before we wrap up, I have the last official question. So what is the future looking like for Sarkodie? You've just brought out this amazing playlist.
Yes.
So for me personally, I think I'm not the type to listen to like your past albums and be like, oh my God, every song is sick. But for this, I was like, yeah, I really like this. It spoke to me.
Thank you.
So it's like you've gotten a new fan because
you.
I wasn't like a
Welcome.
crazy fan from the past.
Sarknation, we have a new one.
Have a new one, yeah.
So what's the future like for you now? What plans do you have for the future and for Ghana, for Africa, for the world? Like what's
I
up?
think at this point, when we had the conversation in the beginning about I think you asked, do I think I'm in a position where like Jay-Z, whatever.
Yeah, just relaxing.
Yeah, and also I feel like I have proven myself musically, especially to my people. But it goes beyond because we give you the mantle and the power to be able to do something with it, and that I believe in that a lot. Like if for some reason you start getting a good job that you're getting paid a certain amount of money, don't think it's because of you. Because if it's for you, you can do with $10,000. It's just you.
Yeah.
But the moment you're getting past 100K or whatever, that means God is saying that you have a lot that you have to do. That's why they're giving it to you. So if you don't, they take it back.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I've been given this power where most artists, I want to believe, would listen to what I'll say, or they will take your word for what it is, or they will trust you. I think I'm in a position where I have to do something for the industry. So the industry structures what I think I've been in it, and I lacked. And I feel like the generation coming should be able to have it. I need to be able to make something to make that happen. So I think the future will be more of that. Of course, I do music because the fans want to listen to it and I love it. But I think it's more responsibility beyond just recording.
music.
So the future will be more of what I can do for the music industry.
And the arts industry as a whole, I mean, to even show up for Stay by Plan.
Yes.
And it's like you're a good luck charm. So that means the only way is up now.
All the way up.
Charlie, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
For coming through.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, there's this fun stuff that we do.
Okay.
And we just want to do that with you. We have something called rapid fire. So we'll say something and the first thing that comes to mind, you just have to say it.
Okay.
So for example, if I say podcast, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Unfiltered?
Unfiltered.
Or anything, yeah.
No, I mean that's what that's
Unfiltered,
not-
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay,
That's
but
fair enough.
the correct answer for only that one is Stay by Plan.
Yeah.
But basically,
the
yeah,
first
the
thing
fact
that
that you
comes-
said unfiltered makes sense. So we'll
Yeah.
just give you like we'll say something random. You just say the first thing that comes to mind. So Zuu.
So I'm going to ask you. So I want you to say 2 albums from 2022. One Ghanaian album and one out there. Which are the best albums of the year so far for you?
2022.
I can keep it in Ghana.
No, you can say one from Ghana and then one from
He
anywhere.
wants to say both from
Okay,
Ghana.
Yes.
You want to say both? Okay, then both from Ghana. Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
say Jamz, and I want to get it right. Black Host Project.
That's what I wanted to hear you say. That's what I wanted to say. That's for me. Yeah, that's also the album of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. The more I
Yes.
listen to it, I'm just like, yo,
Yeah, I
this guy is
appreciate
for
it
the
more,
album.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one for me. Best watch in Tema.
One of them, there's four, but
Okay, from those times.
those times. E Road.
You rude.
E Road.
Best gobe in Tema. Or best gobe in Accra. Or in the
Hold on. What's my assemblyman? Oh, shall I forget? So my assemblyman in Mommy in Beans, it'd be hard. Yeah. Yeah,
By the
opposite. The cemetery
cemetery.
opposite. Come to that cemetery opposite. Yeah.
So,
we'll take Nams there. Nams is a
she
gobe
did.
fan.
She
So
likes
it's just
gobe.
to
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, you
Go
can come
there.
try. It'd be hard.
yeah. And then we are about to start the World Cup, Charlie. I know you're a big Black Stars fan.
Yes.
Me, I'm a fan too, but
Charlie, the
way things are going mad. But what do you think? Like, how far do you think Ghana can go this World Cup?
Oh God. Then you see, then at the same time they complain about ourselves, then me and I come for. But bottom line is, it's not just Black Star. I'm just the whole very patriotic Ghanaian. So anything that's like, when I saw the podcast, that's what I thought. The fact that if it was, I'm not saying it's bad. If it was anywhere else, I would probably.
Okay. All the best to you.
Exactly. But when it's a Ghanaian thing, like so I'm wishing for the best, but I'm not going to rule out the fact that lose the odds in there.
The conference Ronaldo and things.
But it will shock you because I think there was a game where Black Star, I don't remember which year that was, Black Star and Brazil, and the way I was freaking out, and when I watched the game, it wasn't really like what I thought. I thought it would score me like 30.
Tried that game.
Exactly. So you never know. You don't say we like rule with luck.
Yeah, vibes.
So inshallah level.
Inshallah vibes.
Make you start pray.
This one, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So and then another thing we like to do is just leave a song or songs for the listeners and viewers to go and check out. You can just say listen to Jamz.
Yeah, listen to Jamz.
Yeah.
Go and listen to Jamz.
Yeah, just go listen to Jamz, the new project, your playlist. Update your playlist.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then
Out everywhere, right?
Yeah, out everywhere. Yeah. Who would you like to hear or see on Stay by Plan?
What?
Who would you like to hear or see on
our
Stay by Plan?
podcast? Yeah.
On this podcast. Yeah.
Podcast.
Who should we bring? Who should we bring?
It can be multiple people. Yeah.
I want to see Kanye.
Hey, shh.
I want to see Kanye.
Wow.
Who do I like to listen to? No, this is very. So give me.
Take your time.
Cool down. Because I want. Make I give you how many?
Oh, as many as you want.
Kanye. I gotta see Kevin Gates.
That guy's funny.
Blacko.
I've been looking for him.
Emailing you, please come.
Blacko has not been on.
Yes, no. I've been looking for him. He should
Yes,
come.
Blacko. If I pull up,
Yeah.
But Kwesi has been here.
Yeah.
He has been here. Yeah.
Joey has been here.
Yeah.
Joey has been here.
I think that should be. Yeah.
If any other name prompts, you can just
I go tweet
tell
them.
them.
Just
that'd be
tweet
all,
them,
Charlie.
really.
Thank you so much.
And then so thank you guys for joining us, Charlie. Then thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
joining
too.
us, for
Thank
sitting
you.
beside
Thank
me,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
I sat by Sarkodie for a very long time. So when you see me, talk to me
some
properly,
respect on
because
it.
now I'm the godmother. Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
really, thank you so much for
so
making
much.
time.
I appreciate.
Yeah, so everybody listen to the playlist Jamz right now. Just type Jamz on YouTube or wherever,
Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple
wherever
Music,
you're listening to this
everywhere,
podcast, and just vibe with it for the rest of the day. So yeah, thank you guys and bye.
Nobody know what time it is.
What?
Nice.
Are we good?
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Stay by Plan.
This episode was recorded, produced, and edited by There Is No Studio.
Yes, that's the name. There is no studio. And thank you to the team, Nikita, Nams Photography, and Elizato.
And the opening song was produced by Lil Kwaw.